What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Tay2hype, back with another video. Look, y'all already know what this is about. Do I even have to say anything? Adam, 22. What's wrong with you, bro? Bro, what's wrong with you, bro? This can't be real. Bro, that's your white. This video ain't gonna be long. Might be less than 20 minutes. Hopefully it's okay. Bruh. I just gotta see what they gotta say about it. Bruh. When did this come out? Yesterday? Oh shit, 3 days ago. Alright.
Coolest podcast in the world. And guys, never say that I don't give you what you want. You've all been talking about it. You all want to hear it. I got the one and only Lena the Plug, my wife, on the podcast to talk about.
Bro, why did my wife, he did not seem satisfied to say it. That's crazy, bro.
Recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how I'd probably never come on the podcast again, but if I f***ed another guy, so now I'm allowed to come on the podcast.
You thought you were never going to come on the podcast again?
I mean, it's just no one wants the Lena the Plug interview, but then I someone else, and now it's oh, she needs an interview.
Okay, you did an adult scene with someone else.
I mean, but it's it's when I think about it, I'm okay, cool.
Well, when you were in your mom TikTok era, probably that wasn't going to be the thing that made me okay, let's get her on. I had you on here a year and a half ago with Flacco.
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just give you a little press.
Yeah.
Get some stuff out there.
I'd feel more comfortable if he was here. I feel really uncomfortable with the fact that it's just you and I, and we're going to talk about this in front of my brother-in-law, Josh.
He's not paying attention. He's not even in here.
Oh, he left.
No,
Thank God. I was
Donnie.
Josh is in here.
Don't put Josh on blast.
I just feel uncomfortable.
No, but this might actually be the first time that you and I have been on this podcast together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That didn't constitute me coming on here, but this event did.
It seems like an afterthought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here. Because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The honeymoon was great.
Do you feel different? Because everyone's do you feel different now? I'm absolutely not. It's it's the exact same.
We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything.
Went on the honeymoon.
But it's it's not like the rules changed. It's not we're going to do things differently now.
No,
we're married.
We already had the house, the kid.
Yeah, we did most of the serious stuff in advance.
The marriage was all right, I guess we should just do this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay, this is the first thing that I thought might be useful for us to lay out. Let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing. Because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the context of I think we were talking about swinging at first.
Yeah, I mean, because people don't really know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just we went out, we partied, we had a really fun, hot sexual experience, and
Bro. With another guy. I don't care, bro. For me, if it's another guy, that's worse, bro. If it's another girl, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. But I don't know, bro. If it's your, bro, I ain't gonna last, bro. I promise you. Listen. Do I have to go big screen for you guys? Look, I promise you, I would not watch this whole video. It is 53 minutes and 29 seconds. No, I won't even watch half of this shit. To be fair, simple. But
we're always kind of down for.
Look, I'm not judging nobody. You do what you want to do. That's not my wife. None of that. But for me, I'm not letting her do none of that. I'm sorry. You're cheating. You're cheating. Simple. You're cheating, bro.
Like a little bit.
It don't matter if it's for a fucking video or that's how you're gonna get paid. Bruh, you cheated. Like, bro.
Freaky things, you
There
know?
was like 2 or 3 other people in the
Like,
room
just watching us.
who like were not there to see us, but they just happened to be in the room because we're all just hanging out. This was back in the Adam and Lena party era that didn't really last that long. And at that time, to be totally honest, you were pretty much a random girl to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like emotional
emo night.
connection.
Oh, well, shit, never
my
mind.
God.
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night, okay?
Shout out emo night. And
Okay, so the threesome happened before they was like actually together. Okay. But okay.
I've always been somebody who, throughout my life, there's been a bunch of different times where me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it. Enjoyed it with you that night. But then once we started to actually get closer and closer to like dating, it became like, no, we're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never talked about it again. And then
maybe-
you talked about it on the podcast.
We maybe didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
that is a good point. Yeah.
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always going to do, who's just very into sex and likes to try fun and new experiences, I was just like, are we really never going to have an experience like that, even off camera, ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was the fact that we had multiple different couples on Plug Talk where either they were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff. And slowly it started to seem like, well, maybe this rule is...
Bruh. I just thought of something. As soon as he says, how good was it? I'm the video's over. It's over. Cause that is, bro.
Is kind of
I
arbitrary.
don't know, bro.
I think for
I
us,
just
it was
see
also
him
seeing
saying
those
that.
couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship. When we would bring girls in, like I would be so much more into you after, and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot. It turns you on. So it's like, I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used to it a little bit.
Exactly. That is the problem with us.
Like, what I feel like you would think it's hot to watch me have sex with someone else because we already know you think it's hot. We did it once.
But that was like, my is in your mouth and he's in your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like.
Right. But I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner because there's a whole narrative.
Okay, I don't think you're a cuck. Are you going to go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid to
The
deny.
cuck, okay, so there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
They're
they want
humiliated.
to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser, and I don't think that that's you. I think that there's like the more swinging side of things where it's like you are turned on by your wife enjoying someone, and then she comes back to you, and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more.
Bro, is this shit about just porn, my nigga? Bro, talk about something nice. God damn. Bro, these niggas is just talking about, bro, they're just talking about literally the whole, bro, don't tell me the whole 53 minutes and 29 seconds is literally only about porn, bro. And the video that she made with the BBC. Bro, I seen video, bro. Whoa. Listen, on God, I ain't seen that shit. On God, I didn't. I'm talking about Illuminati. I've seen people talk about that shit, bro. She wanted the BBC.
more with each other because she did that.
Simple.
But I mean, you have barely even done the thing that you're kind of inferring, which is like me going and fucking another girl and they're just like telling you about it. Because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up and you were sick as a dog, and so you couldn't come to set that day, but it was a girl. Shout out Alva J. Everybody sign up on onlyplugtalk.com.
Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't care.
No. Onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the scene. But me and Alva J, we did a scene while you were at home, sick as a dog.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to see it afterwards. You were actually a little...
before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene. Don't tell me how it went when you come back. And I don't want to see any clips from it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So... he cheated too. Hey, I'm not even mad about it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because
I didn't
when
even
you
know.
came back from doing this scene the other day, I wanted to hear about it. And
A lot.
I wanted to know what I was going to find out. I wanted to know, like, what's the most extreme thing that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to, like, manage whatever the fallout might have been, more so than, like, trying to avoid. I don't know. Like, why did you
I
not
text
want to
Adam
see it?
after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried Chicken? I just like act like it didn't happen.
That is true, yeah.
Bro, hey, Dave's is smacking, bro. I had that shit last week. That
So
shit good as
we've
fuck.
had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera. And then that kind of seemed.
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck. It
Yeah, that probably
was
is
always unfair trade.
intentional on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of.
The fuck did? Bro, what did she just say, bro?
Seemed like, well,
Want to fuck?
yeah.
No way.
And then that kind of
And
seemed.
you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck. It
Yeah, that probably
was
is
always unfair trade.
intentional.
So you told her to fuck niggas. You told her to. And she didn't want to. But now, she got what she want. Oh shit!
On my part,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of seemed like, well, if you are going to do it for the first time, we should roll it out in a way that actually is as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se. And then I also like I knew it was going to be a big deal just because, you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult fan audience, and they literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, blacked, whatever. So I knew that my fans were going to be excited, and I knew that the wedding thing was going to be a factor because it's like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't think it was going to be this big.
But
of a
it's
deal.
weird because we have been talking about it before.
She gotta be
the
talking about
wedding,
so, bruh.
and sort of like, you know, the idea was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard
Yeah.
decision on.
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. Was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon, but when I come back, we should shoot.
right.
And he was like, okay.
And a lot of people seem to think that it being him or it being a black dude was the thing. But what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that were considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes.
No, there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's worth mentioning that we did a TikTok in Vegas back in January where and this might have been like the first time we ever even joked about it on camera, but I said to him doing a little TikTok, I said, who's the hottest girl here? And then he like put his arm around you and walked away with you. And that, I believe, has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea because that made everybody want to talk about it, right?
Yeah. He was like the obvious choice. I was like, oh, I have to go with him. This is what the audience wants. There's 9 million views on this video.
Definitely. So, okay, going into it, how did you feel?
Okay.
All right, that's it. Hey, look, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I told you guys that if he says anything like that, it's over. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.